So, ladies and gentlemen, La Liga is back. The international break is officially over. We can now look forward to club football. And listen, ladies and gentlemen, it is this Saturday. We are back in La Liga this weekend where we will take on Girona, guys. Barcelona versus Girona. Catalan derby on Saturday, guys. This is the match preview of the game, guys, where you're going to be getting the latest news as far as the build-up ahead into this game, as far as the news coming out of the club, as far as player information is concerned, as far as my predictions in the lineup, and also prediction on scores and both of these teams form coming into this game. So if you guys like that, you all know what to do. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and let's do this. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is this Saturday, 18th of March, guys. It's going to be an early kickoff, by the way, for people like me in America, right? The game will be starting for us at 10:15 on Saturday, whereas for people who live around the other side of the world, it will start around either 3:15 or 4:15, depending on where you live. For the people who live around the GMT side of the world, like England and all those sides of the world. But this is gonna be a good game, guys, and it is, as you can see, it is a home game because it will be played at the Montjuïc on Saturday morning. And listen, let's get into this, guys. As you can see, there is the table. We are currently second in the table. We suffered our first L of the La Liga season in the last game, right, against Sevilla, which feels like a lifetime ago. But as you can see, look at Girona. They are not coming into this game in any good form. In the last game against Valencia, they finally got their first win of the season. So safe to say, they are really looking in the pits. Look at where they are, ladies and gentlemen. 18th in the table. They have not been good enough. They've been getting battered pillar to post by every single team. The last game that they lost was at home against Levante, right? 4-0. So I'm not hearing anything. I think that this should be a walk in the park for Barcelona despite everything else. But as you can see, look at that. The head-to-head battle doesn't also lie. Last season, we absolutely smacked them, right? 8-2 in all two games, right? Beat them 4-1 in both legs. And obviously before that, we did lose twice against them in the season before when they reached Champions League. But we do have a good record against Girona. We really haven't lost to them that much. I think last season, the season before was the first time we actually lost to them twice. But our record against them speaks for itself. So coming into this game, right, with the form that they are in, and with how we ended our week before the international break, this for me is the perfect game for us to come in and make a statement, right? You have to perform because the last time we saw you guys really disappointed us. So this is the perfect game for us to respond, right? And I expect to see a response coming into this game. Now, even though I said I want to see a response, I'm also very conscious, ladies and gentlemen, because I want you all to take a look at Barcelona's injury record. Guys, this is dark, right? The international break did not help us at all. If it wasn't bad enough that we lost our last international break, now, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming back from the international break with 3 new players out indefinitely for not just this game, but basically for this whole month, guys. Take a look at that. Robert Lewandowski, Ferran Torres, and Dani Olmo all joined the injured list during the international break. And not to add, some of these guys like Yamal, Rafinha, Joan Garcia, some of them might be returning, but in any case, it really is not looking good. I'm not gonna lie to you, right? Losing both Lewandowski and Ferran Torres is a huge loss, because now we know in the game against Girona, we will have no Lewandowski, we will have no Ferran Torres, we will have no Dani Olmo. There's talks that Lamine Yamal is almost likely to play in the game against Girona. Rafinha is confirmed that he will not be available for the game against Girona. Joan Garcia will also not be available at all. So neither will Gavi, neither will ter Stegen. This is a very huge loss, and as you can see, there are other players who also got injured, as you can see, right? Rashford, he was dealing with a muscle injury around the tail end of the game against Sevilla, but thankfully We saw him in the international break. He looked fine, so that is good news. Eric Garcia is another one who is out. So this is really bleak. If you're a Barca fan watching this, it is really, really bleak if we're going to be very, very honest. We are basically in an injury crisis of epic proportions, right? I don't know what we will see tomorrow against Girona. I'm not going to lie to you. I have no idea what formation Flick is going to play or who he's going to play this weekend. But we will see. I mean, this is definitely a big problem. I'm sure that even with all these injuries, I do expect us to still win the game against Girona. But considering next week will be El Clasico, this is going to become a huge, huge problem. But of course, that is for another conversation. But in this game, the only players from that injury list that are basically there's many hopefuls that we might see is Yamal, Ferran Torres, and Marcus Rashford. Now the Ferran Torres one, funny enough, it was basically confirmed that he wasn't going to be available, but he actually partially trained with the first team today, right? Oh, actually no, yesterday. He partially trained with them yesterday. So since he trained with them, that kind of gives us a little bit of an idea that maybe, you know, he might be semi-fit. However, just like I mentioned, he partially trained with them. So partially basically states that, and also, yeah, basically it states basically he's not 100%. And that's what they were confirming. They were saying even though he trained, he was still complaining about his muscles. So I don't know if Flick is going to risk it because we are really, really short in our attack, right? So that's another thing. And also, another one to also keep in mind, Fermin Lopez. I forgot to mention him. He's also coming back from injury for this game as well. Is he going to start? I would be very surprised if he was. I know that Dani Olmo is out, right? But personally for me, and I will get into it when I get in my prediction as far as the lineup predictions is concerned, but I don't think he's going to play in this game. He might play maybe from the bench, but that basically is going to segue me to the next thing I'm going to talk about. Because guys, if I'm just going to keep it 100% honest with you, I'm usually someone that really believes in myself when it comes to these prediction lineups. But this is one of those prediction lineups that I can almost guarantee I'll probably get this one very, 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 very wrong, guys. This is the lineup I've decided to go with. Now, with the limited amount of players that Barcelona have in their team, this is one of those where I am not 100% certain that we're going to see any of these guys or many of these guys in the game. But I have decided to go with this lineup because I think this is the best lineup that we could potentially see this weekend, right? But as you can see, guys, it's going to be a 4-2-3-1 formation just as always. But Szczesny will be in goal. We're going to see a backline. This is my personal backline. I want to see Christensen start alongside Kobashi in this game. Araujo was poor. I don't think he needs to start in this game. I want to see Alejandro Balde back in the starting 11 alongside Jules Koundé with Frankie de Jong and Marc Casado in the midfield this time round. I'm putting Casado instead of Pedri as de Jong's partner, right? Because as you can see, I'm putting Pedri more advanced in this game because personally for me, I don't think we need to risk bringing in Fermin in this game because I think Fermin is going to be integral for what happens next in the Champions League as well as in the El Clasico. So I wouldn't risk starting him in this game. I might give him a cameo in this game, but personally for me, I think that I would rather see Pedri more advanced here. Ronny Baji, I don't know how effective he is on the left, but I've decided to go with Ronny Baji out on the left in this game, right? I'm going with Ronny Baji on the left. Yamal, I'm getting him to start because we are really short in attack. So I will not be surprised if we see him start in this game. And as you can see, I've decided to opt with Rashford in attack, guys, because Rashford, now that we have no Ferran Torres who's barely fit and no Lewandowski at all in this game, he's the only striker we have in the team, right? And look, it's not a bad idea to have him in this game, to be honest, but we will see, right? This is my lineup, guys. Let me know what you guys think about this lineup in the comment section below. This is going to be a very, very good game for us, right? Because I really do believe that this is one of those games that would really be a confidence booster for us if we win, right? Considering what everything else is going on. And I still believe that despite all the crisis we have with injuries and all of that, we can still come out of this game with the W. I'm going with Barcelona 3, Girona 0, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going for it. We are going to get our win back this weekend, guys, and give ourselves some confidence, give the fans some confidence going into the midweek game in the Champions League against Olympiacos, and the big one, ladies and gentlemen, the week after, El Clasico at the Bernabeu. But let me know what you guys are saying about this in the comment section below. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and like I always say whenever I end these streams, guys, Visca el Barça, Visca el Catalonia, and peace, you guys. Take care.